Hello everyone. So as you all are here for this video on NET JRF exam for physiotherapists, and we know very well that we have n number of videos on YouTube explaining like how to clear NET JRF exam, what is the syllabus of NET JRF exam, what should you study, what should you not study, and what you get out of this exam. But there are very less or no videos which actually explain that what is the relevance of NET JRF exam in terms of physiotherapy students, you, me, or our colleagues. How is this exam relevant to us? How we can use this exam for enhancing our career prospects and getting a good monetary aspect out of it. Yes, money I'm talking about. So let's start. Talking about me, I am Nitin Kumar Arora. I am currently pursuing my PhD in exercise sciences from Germany's number one sports university, and I myself cleared this exam, NET JRF, when I was in India, and I cleared this exam in the very first attempt. So I find myself eligible enough to make this video to help you people in terms of how a physiotherapist can study and what a physiotherapist should do to clear this exam. Now, talking about this exam, why are we stressing on this NET JRF exam a lot? I mean, what is the importance of NET JRF exam for us? Because you might see a number of people talking about no NET JRF. Oh, this does not have our subject physiotherapy net. So why should we take this exam? So a very basic example, like have you seen anyone who has done MBBS and then took an IAS exam to become a civil servant, to become district magistrate or other, you know, good posts? So it's not only about, it's not related to physiotherapy or something, and I'll show you the reason why it is related to physiotherapy. So talking about why you should take this exam, what are the benefits? This JRF, Junior Research Fellowship, JRF is the abbreviation. So Junior Research Fellowship is an exam that helps you get around 31,000 rupees per month along with HRA, so some allowances for entire duration of a PhD. If someone is willing to pursue PhD in India, you can get an amount of 31,000 plus HRA, so that amounts to somewhat around 35 or 36,000 per month. That's a nice amount. I mean, you just clear an exam and you get this amount every month from government of India, along with a certificate that you can showcase throughout your life to everyone that yes, I was the one who cleared this exam. Now, is this exam very difficult to clear? I would say yes, nothing comes without a cost. And the cost is you have to be consistent, you have to be vigilant enough to study a lot, right? And what do I mean by a lot? I mean, how difficult is this exam? So when we talk about statistics, I'll not talk about 2021 because the exam is still, I think, being conducted. But if we talk about last year's statistics, UGC and NTA says, NTA is National Testing Agency, so it says out of 8,60,000 people, somewhat around 8,60,000 people took this exam for the post of assistant professor and junior research fellowship. Only 6,000 people cleared the exam for junior research fellowship. I mean, out of those 8 lakh people, only 6,000 of them will be getting an amount of 31,000 rupees per month. So that this way you can see how difficult this exam would be, that there are so many people taking this exam, just like all other competitive examinations, NEET, IIT, you know, so all those examinations, AIEEE. So likewise, this exam takes a lot of effort from your end to clear it. But because I cleared it in the very first attempt with some preparation, so I believe you can also clear it. And how to clear it, I'll help you out with it. So let's start. So the first and foremost thing, are physiotherapists eligible for taking this exam? I'll say yes. And how are you eligible? So if you go on the website of NTA, that is National Testing Agency, that is the main organizing authority for this exam right now for UGC. Earlier UGC itself used to conduct this exam, but now it has passed on the authority to NTA to conduct this exam more efficiently and easily. So NTA says that if there are somewhat around 80 to 90 subjects on the website of NTA, that shows that okay, you can take NET JRF exam in these subjects. Now, if your subject, your discipline, that is physiotherapy, does not fall in any of those 80 to 90 subjects, I mean, there is no physiotherapy subject in that list. But the good thing is, NT clearly mentions that if your subject is in this list, well and good, you take that subject, take that exam, and sort it. But if your subject is not in that list, what should you do? Then you have the option of choosing an allied subject or related subject, right? That is not actually physiotherapy, but what is that subject? So that subject is physical education. So I myself took my NET JRF exam in physical education when I cleared it out. And now let me tell you the relevance of how it is related to physiotherapy, and how studying physiotherapy for 5 years and then masters for 2 years. How can you think of reading physical education that you might think is different from physiotherapy? No doubt it is. Every discipline is different. So when I started studying about the subject physical education, I found that most of the questions, most of the study material, most of the content was more focused on exercise physiology, biomechanics, and Olympics. There, there are many other things as well, no doubt, but the majority of aspect was related to these three major topics for paper 2. So for your information, you might be having a context. There are two papers in NET JRF, paper 1, paper 2, both are held on the same day. So you take paper 1, that is having reasoning, aptitude, computer science education, English language testing, civics, politics, history, a bit of general knowledge. And so this is paper 1. And then you have paper 2, that is subject specific. So paper 1 is common for all those 90 disciplines, 80 to 90 disciplines, but paper 2 is different. I mean, if you are opting for physical education, you will be getting questions related to physical education. Now, as I told you, paper 2, because it's related to physical education, and the subjects that you need to study are more related to exercise physiology, biomechanics, and Olympics related aspects. So yes, being a physiotherapist, you are well qualified. You actually study a lot of exercise physiology. You study a lot of sports nutrition. You study a lot of nutrition aspects in your pedagogy, in your uh, pediatrics, PT in pediatrics, and then PT in cardiology, physiotherapy in cardiology subjects. You actually study sports physiology and exercise physiology, how the body adapts and changes with changes in environment. So these are the questions that are being asked. Then anthropometrics, age, weight, height, gender, how to measure these components. So these very basic questions are there to that are being asked in those exams. So don't you think you can clear it? Now I believe I have took you up to that level, to that confidence level, that yes, you can actually think of that yes, I am the one who can clear this exam in the very first attempt. So are you there? Yes. If you feel that much confidence, please write in the comment as well and let me know. Now comes the second thing, like so this was about whether you are eligible and what you need to study. Second thing is how I prepared for this exam. So there are many ways to prepare. I mean, if you Google it out, how to study for NET JRF exam, you will get a number of resources. The most common resource which people use for paper 1 is Truman's. There's a book from Truman's. Okay, I'm not endorsing any content, not endorsing any particular publisher. It's just that this is something that most of the people use for their exams. So that's why I'm telling you this. I myself did not use it a lot, but this is a nice book. Okay. Second thing I used was internet, because on YouTube you have n number of things which can help you out with how to prepare. Now you need not to see all the videos how to prepare for this exam, because being a physiotherapist, this is gonna be the most relevant video for you in terms of how to prepare for this exam. What you need to actually watch on YouTube is the content. So you will be watching videos related to Olympics a bit. You will be reading your books related to exercise physiology, related to biomechanics, that is Newman's, Norton's, Otis, all the kinesiology and biomechanics books. So what is the plus point of preparing for this exam? When you are reading these subjects, so these are the core of physiotherapy. Biomechanics, if you learn biomechanics properly, you are actually excelling in physiotherapy. So by just reading for your physiotherapy text, you're actually becoming a better physiotherapist, and at the same time being able to clear the exam for a national exam that will give you monetary benefits, at the same time respect as well in the society. So that's really important. Now comes the next aspect: when can you fill the exam? So this exam is held twice every year, right? Annually, biannually you have this exam, and then most probably it's in June and December. The exam forms come 2 months prior to this, so you can check the NTA website for this, for the official data when the exam forms are available, and you can that fill the form out. The exam form is not very expensive. It costs below 1,000, somewhat from 500 to 1,000. It changes, and it will be between 500 to 1,000. And then along with that, I would suggest you should work on your reasoning, aptitude and teaching ability aspects as well, because that are being asked in paper 1 of this exam. So why should you spend your time in reading, teaching aptitude, reasoning? I mean, is this of relevance to you otherwise being a physiotherapist? So first thing is, yes, being an individual who's living in a society, your aptitude and your reasoning should be at par with everything you should think of. And second thing is, even if you don't clear this exam in the very first attempt, you have exam of other competitive examinations like AIMS physiotherapist exam, or Indian Institute of Medical Sciences, the most reputed institute one can think of. Then you have RPSC, Rajasthan Public Service Selection Board. Then you have BPSC, like Bihar Physiotherapist Selection. Then you have PGI-MER Chandigarh, that is Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research. PGI Chandigarh, we call it as an abbreviation. So all these physiotherapy posts which you apply for will ask for your reasoning and aptitude. Even your Delhi ESIC exam that you have every 1 or 2 years, whenever the vacancies are there, they also ask questions related to aptitude and reasoning. So if you prepare for this exam, you'll automatically prepare for all the physiotherapy related examinations which are out there. So aren't you becoming a mega bot by this exam? So yes, this is the reason you should actually pursue this exam and go on with the preparations. Now, next thing is what you need to do, what you should have with you. So for applying for this exam, you should at least be doing your masters. You should be in the second year of your masters. The people who have completed first year of master's degree are eligible to take this exam. The only consideration is that when you pass that master's examination, okay, so let's say today you took this exam, you are in the second year of your master's degree. Now you have almost 1 year to complete your master's degree, right? So when you pass the master's degree next year, your exam certificates would still be valid. You can clear the exam now and use it next year, right? I plan to do this that way. Although I did not use it because I came to Germany, but if I would have been in India, I would surely have used this exam for my scholarship. Now, when you actually start this next year, you'll start getting the amount. But in your masters, you should be getting at least 55% marks, because that's a qualifying criteria for sitting in this examination. And by any chance, if someone does not get 55% marks, so the results for this exam would be invalid then, right? 55% is for general category, but if we talk about other categories that like SC, ST, OBC, physically disabled, EWS, economically weaker section, so we have 50% qualifying marks that needs to be, that you actually need to get in your master's degree examination. After that, when you clear this exam, you get the certificate. So as I said, out of 8 lakh people, 6,000 get the JRF thing, and somewhat around 12,000 to 18,000 got NET. So you have two options. So one category is the people who are at the top 6%. They get NET cleared. Out of all the people who apply, only 6% people clear the examination, right? The top 6% are selected as NET qualified candidates, National Eligibility Test qualified candidates. And then out of those 6%, 1% of those 6% are taken up as JRF, Junior Research Fellowship candidates. So the people who actually clear JRF would be getting that amount which I mentioned, 31,000 plus HRA, adding on to 35 to 36,000, plus every year you will be getting an amount of 20,000 for your extra contingencies. Let's say you want to print some articles, you want to get some stationery, you want to get some things for yourself, for your research related things, laptop or related things, you will get an amount for that. And when you are living in a hostel, or you're living outside somewhere, you'll get a rent contingency over and above that 31,000. That will, so that's a good thing. So your accommodation is paid, your food you manage, and then you are getting a salary as well just for studying. So that's, isn't that interesting? I found that really amazing. And last but not the least, everything is sorted. You know what the exam is about, how physiotherapist can do it, what is the relevance of this exam for physiotherapy, and what you get out of it. Everything was very, very good. Now comes like how much time should you give for studying this exam? You need not to give some extra timings for studying for this exam. It's just your regular studies that you need to do, but in a more nicer way, in a more focused way. You need to be consistent. As I said in the very first part of the video, that you should be consistent, you should be vigilant, because clearing an exam takes time. Most of the people who are doing physiotherapy have at some point, at some stage of their life, would have taken other competitive exams as well after their class struggle, like NET, like AIPMT, like other medical examinations as well. So you realize and you know very well that it is very important to be consistent and to be thorough, to know the basics well. Because when you know the basics well, you can easily advance to the more, you know, comprehensive aspects of the study. So focus more on basics, because no exam, no competitive exams ask for very advanced questions. Hardly 10 to 20% of questions in a competitive examination are actually advanced questions. Rest of the 60% questions are just easy basic questions. And what mistake people generally commit is they focus more on the difficult aspects and forget about the basics, and that is the main problem. So you need to be focused on basics. Make your basics stronger. That will help you be a better physiotherapist and at the same time a better candidate for appearing in this examination, be it NET JRF or any other physiotherapy related examination for all those institutes in India, the government institutes, government physiotherapy jobs. You can easily clear those out if you prepare for this exam. With this said, I believe now you totally agree with me that yes, you are ready to take this exam, and you should actually take this exam because this is of relevance to you. And next time if someone tells you you cannot take this exam, or if it is not of relevance to physiotherapy, how are you going to use it? You can show them this video. I'll always be there to answer their questions. I'm there to help you out. If you like this video, if you found this content relevant, please type in the comment section that yes, it was good, or what you liked in this video. Also, it's very disheartening for me that when I check the statistics of my analytics of my video, I found that only 20% of the people who, out of all the 100% people who watch my content, only 20% have subscribed to my channel. So I would request, if you actually like the video, consider subscribing. There will be a motivating factor for my team to create more videos, more informative content for you, and find actual time for this purpose to help you out, to help you in your endeavors. Because ultimately, our aim is to make you people better physiotherapist, better human being. Because when you become a combination of a better human being and a better physiotherapist, you generate empathy. And when you generate empathy for your patients, for your people you are taking care of, you are actually working towards improving their quality of life. And when that happens, then you make the society better, and that makes a better India. And when you make a better India, they out there in the news. People get to know you, your country, and your country gets more name. So join me in this thrive for excellence, in this way towards making India better, making India more popular, making India more broad in terms of its research, its things we contribute to the world. So with these words, I would take leave to come back again very soon with new informative content on new things. Till then, if you want any other content, please let us know in the comments, and you can also consider following us on other media channels like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. If you found this video relevant, share this with your friends, colleagues, seniors, juniors, whom you think this video might be of interest, and if you think they might also get motivated with this video. With these words, I thank you a lot for watching this video, and we'll meet soon again. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned, stay connected, stay healthy.